Hello, it is me, the Holistic Healer, here with you today to talk to you a little bit about spring herbs, medicinal weeds, plants out in your gardens, in your yards. As you are out raking your lawns and cleaning out your flower beds for the first time for the spring season, you're going to come across many different herbs and weeds and plants in your yard, which many people pass by and don't really think much of it. You know, you guys are out weeding, quote unquote, and in doing that, you may be missing out on some plants that really can supplement your life and your health. So we're going to start off here in my herb bed, and I did not plant this, but for some reason there is nettles growing in my herb bed. These are a raised bed, and actually there's an old herbalist saying and belief that the universe always provides us whatever we need, especially in terms of medicinal plants. The universe helps them grow in our yards, what we need. And every spring, it's always interesting for me to come out and take a bigger picture look around at what's growing that's new from last year. So apparently I must need nettles in my life this year. So I urge you to kind of see what's new in your yard too. So anyways, nettles, although people are typically terrified of them because of the histamines that are in the little needles that break off when you touch the skin, they actually are the biggest plant of the golden rule of do not judge a book by its cover, because if you can get past that and you can wear gloves when you harvest these, you can dry them out and make tea with them. You can make tinctures with them. You can boil them up and eat them. Once those little needles that are underneath the leaves and on the stem are dry or cooked, they are in fact safe, and it takes away the properties of the serotonin and histamine that are in those for the protection of the plant. This plant, actually, nettles, is one of the most detoxifying plants on the planet. It actually is anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. It is very, very high in vitamins, nutrients, and minerals. So if you have somebody that needs nutrition, somebody that doesn't eat their greens, this is really considered a green, like spinach. It's just as nutritional as spinach. And actually, believe it or not, even though it is a weed, it actually has properties that help with allergies, with seasonal allergies. Also, I use this one, Nettles, for, detoxification and boosting of immune system. So this is really an overall really good medicinal weed for just an everyday tonic in the body. So I'm going to move the camera here, and we're going to go over to, I apologize for walking and the camera moving here. So the next one we're going to look at is, actually I'm going to go this way, is Cleavers. Cleavers, I'm going to find a patch of them because they grow like crazy in my yard. This is Cleavers right here. Cleavers are kind of those little sticky, beautiful little plants. And these, let's see if we can get a little bit better look at it. Cleavers are like a whole body blood cleanser. They clean the liver, they clean the lymph, they clean your blood. They're very, very detoxifying, anti-inflammatory, and also antioxidant. These can be dried out and made into a tea, made into a tincture. Any of these can be made into medicines for your highest and best good and the highest and best good of your family. Now, these will only be in the spring. Cleavers are very much a spring herb. I collect these in the spring and make medicines out of them. After they bloom, they blossom and flower, they are done for the season. So you want to collect those as soon as you see them green in your yard. Maybe in the next couple weeks here. Let them grow a little bit first. And you will be happy that you harvested those. They help you just feel a lot better. So here's another one that I use every year. I make my own version of Essiac Tea, which I call Tea of Life. One of the ingredients in Essiac Tea and in my Tea of Life is sheep sorrel. So there's all these different what appear to be weeds all over the place, but sheep sorrel is very interesting. It's very different. You can tell certainly from, if you look at these, they're very similar to sheep sorrel, but the difference is between those and sheep sorrel, which is right here. I'm going to show you. Sheep sorrel, if you look at the leaves, they kind of have the top leaf and then there's two sticking out on the bottom. So from the side, I always kind of think it looks like those little fishy crackers, kind of. So that's how you can tell sheep sorrel. Now, sheep sorrel is very nutritious. It is anti-inflammatory. It is anti-cancer and antiviral. It is also very nutritious as well. Any of these green leaves, anything green is going to be very nutritious for the body. And then also I have some catnip growing here. Catnip is also, it's kind of sedating, but we use this for anxiety, depression, helping kids with constipation. It has some properties of laxative as well for digestive systems. So right in this little area, I have plenty of these beautiful medicinal weeds growing. The other one that I'd like to take a look at is dandelions, and those are growing all over. Now I'm going to tell you, with dandelions, let's see if I can find a big enough one to show you. But with dandelions, you want to harvest the flowers and the beautiful green leaves in the springtime. And then, hold on here. Here's a dandelion right here. You want to harvest the flowers and the greens in the spring, and then in the fall you harvest the roots. And those are literally a tonic too. They're good for you on the inside and the outside. You can make skincare out of them. You can make tea, throw them in salads. I mean, they're just absolutely nutritious. And the dandelions are actually the very first food that the bees go to in the spring. So I urge you to stop spraying Roundup on the weeds in your yard. I promise you that they are there for your benefit. If you could just take the time to get to know them and understand them and respect them, they're here for a purpose. I hope that you have learned something here today, and you can always reach out. My email is wholeistic@gmail.com. My website is www.wholeistic.net, WHOLEISTIC. You can also reach me on Facebook under Becky Jo the Healer. And also, if you want to, I do a radio show broadcast every Tuesday at 103.5 The Sun. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Many, many blessings. I'll talk to you soon.